One of the reasons why we face climate change is our reliance on fossil fuels, but these scientists at the Jet Fusion Lab are working on something that could change that. They're trying to recreate the process that keeps the sun shining. Nuclear fusion. This research could one day provide us with a clean, virtually limitless source of energy.
Achieving that goal of having an energy source for the future, a clean and safe and abundant energy source for future generations. That for me is the main thing. We have demonstrated that we can produce energy with fusion in this reactor here. You wouldn't be able to build a fusion power plant straight away because that's far too complex. You have to split it up in small problems which you then tackle and then organize experiments to solve each individual problem. And that's what these people are doing here. Today they have to find a problem they want to solve, they solve it, they hope, and then we move on to the next one. And all these small steps will lead to the solution of having fusion as a working power plant. With science you can make a change. With science you can actually change the future, you can make the world better.
The scientists at JET are convinced that nuclear fusion is going to play a big role in our battle against climate change. It wouldn't be the first time that science has solved a crisis of our own making. This might look like a fairly boring lump of metal, but in a very real sense, this machine helped to save the world. It's called a Dobson ozone spectrophotometer, and about 25 years ago, scientists from the British Antarctic Survey used this and others like it to discover a hole in the ozone layer. The scientific evidence also pointed to a man-made cause: ozone-destroying chemicals like CFCs found in aerosols, refrigerators and air conditioning systems. Following the scientists' discovery, governments around the world came to a historic agreement to phase out the production of these ozone-depleting chemicals. Today, the hole in the ozone layer is no longer growing, and there's a good chance that one day it will permanently repair itself. Now, science didn't save the world on its own, but it was science that allowed us to uncover the threat in the first place, and it was science that came up with a solution. There's no doubt in my mind that the science being done by the British Antarctic Survey and the Jet Fusion Lab is important. Now, there's no guarantee that science will solve all our environmental problems, but it is our best hope. For me, though, it's not the fact that science might save the world that's impressive. It's the fact that it's science that lets us know there's a problem in the first place. I think it's amazing that we can confidently describe what the atmosphere was like hundreds of thousands of years ago, and that we can understand and perhaps exploit the process that fuels the stars. This kind of deep knowledge of how things work is only available to us through science, and that's why it's important.